Our first Guru, Guru Nanak Saheb Ji, started the Kirtan Maryada in Sikhism. Before I move on to explain on the establishment of Kirtan Maryada, let me first refresh our memories on Guru Nanak. Guru Sahib was born on 15th of April 1469 in Nanak Saheb, Pakistan. Now, whether it be Guru Sahib as a young child, as a teenager, or a young adult, the knowledge of music, the knowledge of Kirtan was there within him all along. And Guru Sahib loved to spend his time listening to music, listening to bhajans with the sadhus. He really enjoyed their company, and that was because, you see, they understood each other. They were all connecting on the same wavelength. And similarly, Bhai Mardana and Guru Sahib set out for their travels, for their udasis together. Not just one, two, but a total of 4 udasis. They together covered many states and many countries as well. Guru Sahib always made sure to sing his Bani in the form of Kirtan, and Bhai Mardana would accompany him with his Rabab. Guru Sahib always sang his Bani in the form of Kirtan, and this is because he wanted his Bani to get across and reach out to the Sangat. He wanted to spread positive thoughts and inspire people, promote love and equality amongst all kind of people. Let us all imagine how many places, how large of an area Guru Sahib and Bhai Mardana would have covered. It was many states, it was many countries. And now imagine how much of Bani, how much of Kirtan would he have spread amongst the people. Now, when we have imagined how much of Bani, how much of Kirtan Guru Sahib had spread amongst the people, this is all because he wanted for the Sangat to understand the importance of Kirtan. Guru Sahib never had kathas where he would sit and people would come gather around to hear the katha. All his prachars were in the form of Kirtan, and it was so soothing to hear, it was so relaxing to hear that people, they themselves would come to sit down and hear and enjoy themselves in the Sangat. Not only was it very calming, but yet Guru Sahib's Kirtan was so impactful. Now let us all recall the Sakhi about Guru Nanak and Sajan Thag. So, if we all remember, at a point during Guru Sahib's Udasi, he needed a place to stay overnight. And he found Sajan Thag's place, and he put up a night there. However, Sajan Thag had developed a bad habit of stealing the valuable items from his travelers. But that night, when Guru Sahib stayed at his place, Sajan Thag was not able to steal his items. And Guru Sahib recited the very Shabad which is on the screen. Sajan sehi naal main chaldiyan naal chalin. It was so beautiful to know that by just listening to this one Shabad, how there was a huge transformation in Sajan Thag's personality. Guru Sahib's Shabad was so powerful, it was so impactful that it could melt his heart. It could make him realize how he was wrong and how he had corrected himself then. Not just this Sakhi, but there are so many other similar Sakhis with the same concept. And it shows how powerful Guru Sahib's Kirtan was. Moving on, Guru Sahib had returned from his travels and he established Kartarpur as a prime location for Gurmat Sangeet. In this little chart there on the screen, this shows how we can incorporate Bani and Kirtan in our lives every day. So in the morning, we wake up and we could recite Asa Diwar followed by Kirtan and Aarti. And similarly, in the evening, we could recite Rehras followed by Kirtan and then Sohila. Basically, this tells us how we should indulge ourselves in Kirtan throughout the whole day, every day. We must understand that the impact or the effect of Guruji's Kirtan automatically made the Sangat realize how important Kirtan was. And as I said earlier, I must emphasize, there was no parchar, there was no katha. Guru Sahib just sang Bani, and the Bani through his Kirtan was just so powerful, and the Sangat automatically was able to understand how important Bani and Kirtan was in every day of our lives. Here on the screen are some interesting facts that we should look into. So Guru Sahib has written 976 Shabad in 19 different rags, which can be found in our Sri Guru Saheb Ji. Now let us imagine 19 different rags, that's many rags. And he has taught us how we can recite these different rags in different occasions, such as during the spring season, we sing Rag Basanta, and during a monsoon season, we sing Rag Malhar. Moving on, we recite Rag Suhi for weddings. The lama that we hear are in Rag Suhi. And if there's any joyful occasions, such as birthdays, anniversaries, or even Shukrana, we could sing Rag Bilaval. Now, Guru Sahib traveled to many different areas during his Udasis. So, Rag Gujri was when he was in the Gujarat region. It was for the Gujaratis. And similarly, Rag Tukhari was when he was in the Tushar region. Very interesting fact is that some rags are a combination of two or more rags together. For example, Rag Basanta Hindol or Rag Gauri Purbi, even Rag Asa Kafi. Now, I'm sure it must make sense to you why whenever you visit any Gurdwara in India, the Darbar Sri Harmandir Sahib or Sees Ganj Gurdwara in Delhi, whether it be 4 a.m. in the morning or 6 p.m. in the evening, Kirtan is always ongoing. And this is all because of the Kirtan Maryada started by Guru Nanak Dev Ji. This establishment of Kirtan Parampara was so huge, even though it was 500 years ago. In fact, more than 500 years ago. Let us all imagine that the establishment was huge. It was tremendous. And that is why the next Gurus, Guru Angad Dev Ji, Guru Amar Das Ji, Guru Ram Das Ji, They all kept the legacy going. And it is so important for us to think now that all the times we sing or we listen to Kirtan, it's always during weddings or birthdays, New Year's, Vaisakhi, Gurdwara, and many other more programs. Can we imagine if we never had Kirtan in any of those occasions? I think we would all agree when we say that it would have been so different if we just went to Gurdwara, listened to Bani, and had prasad and came back home. It would have been really different. And therefore, I am so grateful for this tradition because I cannot imagine my life without Kirtan. I'm sure that during this difficult period of COVID-19, we all really miss going to the Gurdwara, listening to Kirtan, singing the Kirtan, and I miss it too. So let's all pray and hope that everything gets back to normal soon. I hope that through this presentation, everyone would have learned something new, and you're now able to explain how our Kirtan Maryada started and why we do Kirtan. Thank you everyone for listening and stay safe. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.